Hello everyone, this is the Ranting Shop. Today we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, Episode 16. Now you guys, I apologize for the noise, but I can't do anything about it. So moving forward, Marceau and Maurice have a conversation about the camping trip, of course, that he wasn't able to attend because he got into a vehicular accident on his way to the camping site. And he inquired about, what happened at the camp, and Maurice was very vague about what Martel told them. He did not tell Maurice, or should I say Marceau, what was going on because he felt like, if you want to know what happened, ask Martel, or Martel will tell you if he feels comfortable to do that. But I feel like Marceau already knew what it was possibly about, which was a possible child or children outside of his marriage. But anyways, they talk about the 47 acres again, and Marceau feels as if he doesn't want to go into a situation where he's unsure of what's gonna happen with it. He doesn't want to put all his eggs into this basket and then it's not a sure thing or it crumbles, because he already had bad business deals with Martel. And he wants to proceed cautiously. He believes that it would be good for both of them because he'd be able to work in the commercial real estate area, and Martel would work on the residential part. However, they're both he is highly skeptical of everything, which he should be skeptical, and he feels like Martel is a highly emotional guy, and even though he doesn't want to admit it, we all see that Martel is highly emotional. So he feels like this makes the situation more volatile, and so he is proceeding with caution because he doesn't want to be burnt again, right? So let's move on to Melody. Melody speaks to the kids. She tells them, just gives them words of encouragement while she's like getting them ready for school, I'm thinking, or for some outing, and she pours love into them and tells them that they're kings and queens and their hair is different, everybody's hair is different, but it's your crown and it's beautiful. And she tells them all these things and like sort of positive reinforcement, which of course is always good for children to hear, to boost up their self-esteem, especially as these particular children are going through a rough patch with the divorce of their parents. I feel like it's a good thing to pour positivity into them. Anyways, after that, she talks to Letitia. She decides to call Letitia because we remember that when Martel confronted Wanda, it was because Wanda was supposedly posting negative things on social media about his children, particularly their hair, comparing their hair to, I suppose, Marceau and Tisha's children's hair. So he came with a negative attitude, his whole aura wasn't positive. So, of course, the outcome would not be positive. So, Melody noticed that. She said, of course, he wouldn't be able to get to any positive conclusion because the way he handled the situation was very poor. So she decided to give it a shot and speak to Letitia about what her mother said on social media about her children's hair. And of course, Letitia is acting like she's being dismissive and making it seem like her mother would never do something like that. But my thing is, if she Melody and Martel are telling you that that's something they saw on social media, why aren't you taking that seriously? Why would they just make up that your mother said these things? It makes no sense. I completely believe that Wanda did say something about these children. But of course, Letitia does not want to acknowledge it. She feels like her mother does nothing wrong, which is problematic. And I know in the Caribbean or in the Black community, we are just led to believe that our parents do everything right and they don't make mistakes and they do everything correctly. And if you question them, it's considered being rude or being disrespectful, and we're taught to just be quiet and whatever the parent does, accept it. I understand that. I grew up in a Black household. So, but the problem is that Letitia is now a grown woman and her mother is older, and at this point I feel like she should be able to tell her mother or hold her mother accountable for the things that she does. But maybe she's stuck in the child mindset of, oh, I cannot question my mother, everything she does is her business or is correct and whatever. So she completely dismissed Melody, talking about her mother would never do that. Come on, Letitia, and of course, Melody is expressing her disappointment because how could you, as a grown woman, compare children's hair? That's very disgusting. It's a very childish thing to do. It's a very disgusting thing to do. And we see a lot about how Letitia acts just based on the way her mother is. It's very terrible. And it's sad, But anyways, so in the same breath, of Melody complaining about what Wanda said about the children's hair, Miss Letitia wants to invite Melody to an event celebrating children's skin and hair. Isn't that ironic to anyone? You're dismissing your mother for speaking down on these little children's hair and comparing their hair to your grandchildren's hair. Letitia is dismissing that, but yet still created an event to celebrate that. So the hypocrisy is at an all-time high to me. It's just so ironic and ridiculous. Here I am complaining to you that your mother has bad talked my children. You're choosing to ignore it. But in the same breath, you want to invite me to an event where you want to uplift little girls and tell them that their hair is beautiful and their skin is beautiful, but then you're unable to check your mother. It's very ironic to me and ridiculous. Okay, so Melody, and then they have a little bit of a situation because she's like, if I find that I have time, I'll bring the children myself because you said it's a girls event. And then Letitia's like, oh well, your husband sometimes he brings them to events, and she's like, well, I'll bring them because it's a girls event, you know. I don't know why that had to be an issue. I feel like Letitia wanted to create a little bit of drama, talking about, oh, sometimes Martell brings the children to this event. Anyways, Tisha speaks to Marceau. Of course, she's coming from wherever she's coming from, and she's talking to him about the car accident, and he said that he bumped into a couple cars and it ended up causing, you know, a big accident. Bumped into 5 cars, he said, and it made him very much introspective and very cognizant of life and the fact that we all have an expiration date and we should be impactful while we are alive and do things, you know, that would create a positive change on earth before we go. And that makes a lot of sense, you know. Tisha brings Wanda up. Marceau was talking about, you know, how Wanda was a little bit difficult for him to deal with while she was gone. He is being extra dramatic and saying that he was fighting for his life, which I think was funny. He says Wanda doesn't respect boundaries and she doesn't give the children any bedtime. So they're up at night making noise while I guess he's trying to sleep or lay down. So he also said that Wanda brought a baby to the house, and you saw the baby when Wanda came in. I don't know whose baby that is, but Tisha says that Wanda has custody of the baby and I guess the other older girl. And the point is the baby was making noise in the man's ears and he didn't appreciate that. Anyway, Tisha claims that the way Wanda acts with Marceau, it's changed a lot and it's improved. But Marceau doesn't see it that way. He sees that like Wanda doesn't change. She expects other people to change, or should I say that the change comes from the other person, not from Miss Wanda. And you know, Tisha acts sometimes like she's lost, like she doesn't know what her mother does. And every time you're critical of Miss Wanda, Tisha gets very defensive. And at the end of the day, hold your mother accountable for what she does. Your mother is not perfect, and you know that your mother causes drama sometimes. You know, acknowledge that at least. Okay, she's saying that Marceau has to be the bigger person. So then anytime Wanda has an altercation with anyone, you want other people to be the bigger person, but you're not expecting or wanting your mother to be the bigger person. So everyone is at fault for how they react to Wanda, but Wanda is not at fault for creating the drama. That's what you're saying, Letitia? Sometimes I cannot take Letitia on. Like, her logic is so stupid. It's so stupid. Everybody has to be the bigger person but your mother. Your mother could just say and do as she pleases, and the burden goes on the other person for how they react to your mother when your mother was the catalyst. It makes no sense, Letitia. It makes no sense. I understand that that's your mother and you're supposed to defend her, but at the end of the day, for me and for everyone else that is mature and smart and is able to be very unbiased, when your parent is wrong, you tell your parent that they're wrong. You don't say, okay, that's just how my mother is, and then put all the blame or all the effort on other people to change how they respond to your mother. That makes no sense. But anyways, let's move along. He says something to Wanda, shake a bone. I don't know what that means, but it's apparently very disrespectful because Letitia really got angry when he told her mother to shake a bone. Okay, I wonder if it means something like, if you are so angry or something is bothering so much, do something about it, like physically do something. I don't know if that's what it means. Anyways, Letitia was pissed off that Marceau says that. She says that I don't disrespect your mother. Why are you talking to my mother like that? But at the end of the day, Wanda is always insinuating that Marceau is cheating on Letitia. Now, I don't know if he has, or if he has not. But Miss Wanda is constantly telling Marceau that he's cheated. Like even in the accident, she's trying to make the accident be about the fact that he was cheating and that's why he went into the accident. And he's saying, well, Wanda accused me of cheating first, so if I say something derogatory to her, it's in direct response to what the derogatory thing that she told me, you know. And Letitia is always not wanting to face what's happening. When she is unable to defend her mom, she says, why can't we all just get along? But you're not choosing to acknowledge what your mother does. Get along, but then your mother could be the same way she's always been. That makes no sense. One thing that Letitia said that is like boggling my mind is she said that, you know, everybody should just move along. After her mother started the issues, everyone should just move along. And the problem, or move past the issue. But then she is unable to move past the issues that she has with Melody, telling people to get past things, and she doesn't take her own advice. So anyways, let's move along. So Martel and Chris have a conversation about the 47 acres. Martel is saying that because he's going through the divorce proceedings, that everything is at a standstill and he cannot sell the 47 acres like he'd like to because everything that's going on. But Chris is trying to tell him, well, things are happening on the property. Things are already moving forward. So if you are unable to sell the thing or do what you have to do at this point, then a lawsuit might come about from it because, you know, you're stopping other people's money or you're stopping the progress that they've done on the property already, you know. But anyways, that was a very short talk about the 47 acres. He's saying that he's prepared to hit rock bottom because remember, he was supposed to make money from selling that property. It was supposed to be like $250,000, and at this point it doesn't seem like that money is going to be coming to him anytime soon. We're at the Brown Girl event with all the women. That was the event that Tisha invited Mel to over the phone, and a whole bunch of little girls are there, and it's called Hey Brown Girl, you know, and it's supposed to be an event to help brown skin girls love their skin, love their hair, love their body, love everything that they're in. And I love the initiative. I think it's a fantastic thing to do, considering that, you know, black women and girls grew up with being teased and grew up with being just disrespected just for their skin color or their hair. Even other black girls disrespect black girls about their hair, about their skin. And it's something that's a terrible thing that we go through in the community, and it's something that has to stop. Like before any argument, you're talking about nappy headed this and black this and black that. It's very disrespectful, and it's something that should not be. You know, it should be something that we should love and something that we should celebrate and you know, praise on other girls. It shouldn't be used as a, you know, means to disrespect, you know. So I think that's a great initiative. Whilst there, Mel, Kimmy, Destiny discuss a woman's retreat. There's always a retreat. Destiny is the one, I suppose, that is spearheading the event. And of course, Mel agrees to it. She has no issues with it. But Letitia is like having to think twice about it because she's not in a good space right now with Kimmy. She doesn't feel like Kimmy has her back. And Mel, she thinks Mel is a mean girl and doesn't own up to her stuff, which is funny to me. Because Letitia, you're not owning up to none of your stuff. It's always everything everybody else does, but it's nothing that you do. And that's the reason why there's issues with you, Kimmy, and Mel. You're unable to own up to your stuff, but you want other people to own up to their stuff. And you want other people to just blindly follow you, like how you follow your mom, and just tolerate her disrespect to other people and make excuses for it and blame other people for the way they react to your mom instead of actually holding your mom accountable to what she does. It's the same thing she does for herself. I do nothing wrong. It's Mel. It's Kimmy. No, it's you. Have you ever sat down to assess your part in any of the disagreements that you have? I highly doubt it. Everything is always everybody else's fault. And if that's going to continue to be Tisha's mindset moving forward, I don't see her being friends with any one of these women. Being able to move forward is being able to hold yourself accountable for the part you played in a situation. If you're unable to make yourself accountable for the demise of your friendships, then it will never move forward because it's always going to come up that, oh, you did something, but you don't want to, you know, hold yourself accountable for it. I have to apologize. I have to change. I have to do all these things. But you're Miss Innocent. You did nothing wrong, and we all know that's far from the truth. So Mel just wants to move on from everything. And when she realized that Letitia was being a little bit negative about the whole event, talking about going in separate cars just in case you want to leave and all these types of things, she left. She said she was gonna take care of her kids, and she later came back to speak to Letitia and tell her that she left because she saw that the conversation was becoming negative, which it was to a certain extent. The questions were somewhat negative. The questions that Letitia was asking was implying that there would be a negative outcome, you know, and that's what made the questions or her negative in that situation. So Melody is saying, you know what, I want to move on. I want to make bygones be bygones. I want to just start from fresh and just let things go. And I guess they had a somewhat good talk, but we shall see later what happens when they get to the actual camping situation. The women come back in a circle and discuss their achievements, who's on some business or board of commerce or something, who's starting or opening up a new business, who's joining this big podcast situation or big collaboration with some company. Everybody's doing well, so I'm happy for them. This is where the situation gets a little bit sad. Martel comes over to his mom's house, and you know, they are baking cookies and everything, and then he gets to speak to the mom, and he tells the mom that the children are asking him if he has a girlfriend, and he's thinking that of course it's Melody telling the children that their father has a girlfriend. And you do have a girlfriend, Martel. I mean, Melody's not lying to the children. She's telling the children what it is. You do have a girlfriend, you know. And Martel feels as if, you know, since Melody's telling the kids like these things, that he should be able to tell the kids that Melody also has a boyfriend or had a boyfriend. But Melody never had a boyfriend, Martel. That's the thing. Melody never had a boyfriend, but you had a girlfriend. So I'm not understanding where he's coming from with his logic. He thinks Melody has put all their business out on social media again, and he feels like he should be able to put their business out on social media too. And that's the way Martel thinks. He's a tit for tat type of dude, you know. But it's not mature, and it's not gonna put or make the divorce go any smoother. Mom is telling him, well, she's probably put the stuff out because she's hurt. I mean, you hurt her. And then his logic is, well, if she's hurt, then why is she bringing up the whole situation? Because she's hurt, Martel. Because she's hurt and she wants to vent. What can't you understand about that? And his thing is, well, if you were putting out my business, why not put your business out as well? But she didn't do anything to put out. You had a whole girlfriend during your marriage. Melody didn't have a boyfriend. You keep talking about she cheated on you. She didn't cheat on you. You cheated on her continuously for 5 years, you know. And he's saying, well, if she's putting out my business, then she should put out her business as well. That makes no sense. But let's move on. So he finally admits to his mother that the other girl is indeed pregnant. And of course, it breaks his mother's heart, because all his mother has known is her son being in a nice, stable marriage, something that she wasn't able to give to her son. So of course, she was very proud that he was able to make such a stable and comfortable life for himself, marry a nice, intelligent woman, have 3, 4 beautiful children. Of course, just very proud of her son. Plus, he was successful. Melody was successful. It was awesome. She loved that. And the fact that she's witnessing the separation of her son and his wife, it hurts her. She breaks down because she says that she understands what Mel is going through and what they're going through, and she knows that it's a very painful experience, you know. And she says that she will always love Melody, because I believe Martel asked her, do you still love Melody? Of course, why would she not love Melody? And I feel like Martel asked his mother that because, remember, Martel wants people to be on his side. Martel doesn't want Melody to have any type of support. So that's why I believe he asked his mother if she still loves Melody, just to check. Like, are you on my side? Are you on her side? Just to check. That's my opinion of why he asked her that. And she said, I'll always love her. She's my daughter-in-law at the end of the day. I would never stop loving her, you know. And Martel goes, well, I love her too. Really. Because remember, I believe it's after this whole season wrapped up that he did the interview with Dr. Heavenly, and the nasty things that he said on there, I highly doubt that you love her too. But whatever makes you feel better, Martel. So that's basically the end of this episode. Letitia basically not holding her mother accountable for anything she did wrong. Martel admitting to his mother that he did get the said woman pregnant and essentially ended his marriage as a result. And that was basically that. The 47 acres in limbo and everything like that. So next episode we get to see what happens on the camping trip with the girls. Again, they have the issue with Letitia and Melody. The question really is, did Masto cheat on Tisha? And is she just being naive? But anyways, that's for the next episode. See you guys for the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Have a lovely day. And see you guys. Welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe. And see you guys next time on The Ranting Shop. Bye-bye.